And when it comes, it is a sudden event. The ahadith state that a textile worker will have the cloth and scissors, and he wants to cut it, and the trumpet blows. It's a sudden one. But before its advent, the Prophet told us the signs will appear. You know, like you want to travel from here to Bunbury, you go on the road and it says 200 kilometers Bunbury. And then it says 150 kilometers Bunbury. And then it says 100 Bunbury. 50. It's supposed to give you an idea of the proximity. So the Rasul gave us signs that when these come to pass, know that the hour is close. And subhanallah, both major signs and minor signs, big signs and small signs, and the small signs multiple. In one hadith, amazing hadith, a stranger comes into the gathering of the Rasul. رجل شديد بياض الثياب شديد سواد الشعر لم يرى عليه أثر السفر ولم يعرفه منا أحد. A man exclusively white, dark hair, no spot or sign of fatigue and travel. None of us know him. Mysterious man. He has come into the gathering of the Rasul, and he sits with his knees touching the knees of the Prophet, and then he says, Ya Muhammad sallallahu ala Muhammad, akhbirni anil Islam. Tell me about Islam. So the Prophet answered, and when the Prophet finished, the man said, Sadaqt, you spoke the truth. So the ashab says, we're astonished. He asks and confirms, as though he knows the answer, so why are you asking? And then he says, فَأَخْبِرْنِي عَنِ الْإِيمَانِ. Tell me, O Muhammad, about Iman. The Rasul explained. And he says, Sadaqt, true. So then he said, أَخْبِرْنِي عَنِ الْإِحْسَانِ. Tell me about Ihsan. The Prophet explained. The man said, correct. And then he asks, فَأَخْبِرْنِي عَنِ السَّاعَةِ. Tell me, O Muhammad, about the hour. So he said, مَا الْمَسْئُولُ عَنْهَا بِأَعْلَمَ مِنَ السَّائِلِ. The one you're asking doesn't know more than the one who was asking. The asked doesn't know more than the one asking. So then he says, فَأَخْبِرْنِي عَنْ أَمَارَاتِهَا. Tell me its signs, أي علاماتها. So he says, and listen to the one who doesn't speak of his own desires. أن تلد الأمة ربتها. When a lady gives birth to her master. When a female servant gives birth to her master. And you want to see your masters today, look at your children. You live for them. Mobile phone, mom, حاضر. This على رأسي وعيني. And you do something wrong, خلاص, not speaking to you for today, mom. أمت ربتها. You have given birth to your masters. The Prophet said it, for it was unheard of then. They lived in servitude of their parents. And then the second sign, and Subhan al-Khaliq, وَأَن تَرَى حُفَاةً عُرَاةً عَالَةً رِعَاءَ الشَّاءِ يَتَطَاوَلُونَ فِي الْبُنْيَانِ. When you see the barely clothed, like they don't have good clothing, not adequate clothing, barefooted, destitute, shepherds and goat herders competing in the heights of buildings. So I researched. Who is competing in the heights of buildings? Subhan al-Khaliq. The tallest building on earth today, where is it? Dubai. I watched the footage of Sheikh Zayed. You know, ordinary simple clothing, he's wrestling with one of his workers. An ordinary shepherd, the oil camp, Pujuh, skyrocketed, and now the tallest building on earth is in their country. When the barefooted,